What's up, everybody? Noah Kaser back here for another episode of Noah Kaser Live. So let's get right into it. So this episode, we're going to get into the Joker box office bomb. We're also going to get into the phenomenal topic of Colleen Hoover. Reminders of Him is coming to theaters from Universal in 2026, as well as the massive news that we have a couple new trailers out that are going to be a bit of a surprise, I think, just because I don't think anybody's expecting this. So here we go. We're going to go into this. First up, Joker Folie Deux is a box office bomb. Let's get right into this. So, yes, it is a box office bomb. It's a box office bomb, unfortunately, but let's get into this. We're going to take a look at this. So, Joker Folie Deux opened this past week in theaters, and unfortunately, it's not looking very nice for its box office. Neither for its overall love and fanfare. So here we go. Joker Folie Deux flops with a lower than projected $37 worldwide. So, 37 million. The other movie opened at a grand total of, ready for this? About $95 million. $95 million. Are we surprised? Should we be surprised? We will see. But let's get into this. So Joker Folie Deux opens. It opens with $37 million. Box office bomb. Tremendous bomb. It's looking even worse for it. Dramatically shrinking. So here we go. Joker. Damn it. Joker Folie Deux was far bigger at the international box office while also launching behind expectations with $77 million from 76 overseas markets. The studio's projections on Sunday was $81.1 million internationally. Globally, Joker has earned $114.8 million to date. But the Warner Brothers film will need to keep singing and singing and singing to get anywhere near the foreign receipts of its predecessor. The original Joker was massively successful, earning $335 million domestically and $743 million internationally, bringing its global tally to $1,078 million. At the time, it was the biggest R-rated movie in history until Deadpool & Wolverine, which has supplanted that record over the summer with $1.32 billion. Joker cost roughly $60 million, so it was also hugely profitable. Much of that reason for the sequel's inflated budget were fees for Phillips, Phoenix, and Gaga. So, this movie should not be surprising that it's bombed. Because one, the reviews have not been strong. The reviews have not been strong for this whatsoever. But I have not seen it yet. Joker Folie Deux. Why did it bomb? It's a musical. Musicals don't really appeal to a lot of people, but we could say the same thing about this guy right here. We could say the same thing about The Greatest Showman. We could say the same thing about Moana. We could say the same thing about Wonka. Those movies made money. However, you don't want a musical film. You don't want a musical, okay? In your comic book movies, what you want is a action-packed or well-told story. You don't want a musical. The trailers did not look promising. I thought they looked good, but there's also some bad press with a little person known as Joaquin Phoenix. He's not very beloved in the industry right now. So there's a bunch of different factors. Why did this bomb? Bad word of mouth. The marketing didn't work for everybody. The first Joker didn't work for everybody. It didn't. It really didn't. I mean, there's other stuff going on with this film. I will see it on Thursday, so I'm looking forward to seeing it on Thursday, but it's a shame that it bombed. It's a real shame. But let me know what you think down below. What do you think? Why did it bomb? It only earned $37 million worldwide, which we will take a look at once we get to Ticket Tracker. But there's that, everybody. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and let me know your thoughts. So next up, we're going to go into the comments. And next up in the comments is, what's up, Luke? It's awesome to see you. And he has made his return. His return. Sav is back. Welcome back, Sav. It's awesome to see you. Great to see you here. Hello, sir. I have zero interest in the Joker movie. I have interest in it. I'm not as excited about it as I once was, but you know what? I've had people tell me I'm going to like this film. So I'm going to take them up on that. I believe I will like this film. And sorry for the lighting, y'all. I bought a new ring lamp, and I figured out that I can't use this during my shows because of the background of what I use to stream is all white, and it blows me out. Like, a lot worse than what this does. But there's that. There's that. So next up, we're going to go into the next topic. And the next topic is this. Colleen Hoover's Reminders of Him movie, announced by Universal. So, this shouldn't be surprising. This should not be surprising. Taking a look at what happened with It Ends With Us, that movie's massively successful. It's a massively successful movie, amassing almost, if not $300 million at the worldwide box office. That's massive numbers. That is massive numbers. So let's take a look at this. This is coming to us from Deadline. And Deadline is reporting that there's a movie coming out, coming from Colleen Hoover's Reminders of Him book. So, in the wake of Sony's success with Colleen Hoover's It Ends With Us, which racked up $344.5 million at the worldwide box office, Universal is getting into the action with New York Times bestseller author having landed the rights to her novel Reminders of Him. Though no director or stars have been attached yet, the studio has aggressively dated the movie for February 13th, 2026, the same date, the same Valentine's Day corridor in which they've played their 50 Shades of Grey movies. Reminders of Him has sold over 5 million copies worldwide, 5 million copies domestically, 6.5 million copies globally, and has translated into 45 languages. So here's your synopsis of the book. I have not read the book. I don't know anything about the book. I just know that this is going to be massive news. So, we got to think about this. We really have to think about this. This was not going to be a massive hit. Okay, It Ends With Us was not going to be a massive hit at the box office, no matter how well people wanted it to do. I didn't even think it would do all that well at the international box office or at the worldwide box office. The projections were for $20 million worldwide. $20 million worldwide. 20 million domestically. 20 million domestically. It opened to 50. It opened to 50. Nobody in their right mind thought that It Ends With Us was going to be this big of a hit. Nobody. I don't care if you're a Colleen Hoover massive fan, you love her books, you think she's the greatest author in the world. Not even you thought that this would do this much. $344.5 million worldwide. Why is that a big thing? Okay? Why is that a big thing? Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this. Okay? We're going to take a look at the worldwide 2024 box office. Because if you take a look at this, look at where it's landed. It Ends With Us made more than Alien Romulus. Made more than Alien Romulus. Made more than A Quiet Place. More than Garfield. Ghostbusters. If. The Fall Guy. Bob Marley. One Love. Furiosa. Mad Max Saga. The Beekeeper. Okay? It might even make more than Joker Folie à Deux. If you would have told me that this movie was going to make $344 million worldwide, I would have laughed in your face. I would have laughed in your face if you told me that right now in October of 2024, It Ends With Us is the 14th biggest movie of the entire year. I would have laughed at you. Nobody saw this coming, and the Blu-ray is coming out soon too. This is outrageous. I mean, it's good for Colleen Hoover, it's good for her fans, and it's good for people who want to support this work. Because we don't get a whole lot of romance movies. I didn't get to go and see the movie in theaters, unfortunately. I haven't seen it, but I am looking forward to seeing what happens. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Are you excited about a brand new Colleen Hoover film? Do you think it's going to do as well as It Ends With Us? Have you read the book? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and let me know your thoughts. We're going to go into the comments up next, and this is coming from Steven, who says, did you watch Megalopolis? No. So my theater did not play the film. My theater did not play the film. My local theater is a 2-auditorium theater, and the only theater that played it around me was a Cinemark about a half hour away, and I think they've already pulled it. I think they've already pulled the film. I will watch it, though. At some point, I will watch it. Michael says, hello, Noah. Hey, welcome in, Michael. It's awesome to see you. Sav says, wow, it opened to 50. Yep, it opened with $50 million. It opened against 1 or 2 weeks after Deadpool and Wolverine. It almost overtook Deadpool and Wolverine for number 1. If it wouldn't have been for about a good $2 to $3 million, maybe $4 million cushion, they would have done it, I think. What did you think of Raw last night? For his first 2-hour show, I thought it was bad. I liked the first couple segments. I liked the last match, very well put together match. I thought it was fine. Thoughts on Bad Blood? I watched the Punk match, the Punk and Drew match, and I watched the Bloodline versus the Bloodline versus Cody and Roman, and then I had an interview in between that. So, well, actually, no, I recorded a podcast because the interview didn't come through. So, but there's that, everybody. Next up, we're going to go into this. There's a couple new trailers out. We're going to take a look at them. A Complete Unknown is the brand new trailer. We watched the first trailer, but we're going to take a look at this because I think this is going to be good. I don't think that anybody is thinking that this film is going to be a massive hit. However, it's having Oscar potential. So let's take a look at this.
You tramped all the way from Minnesota. Why is that? I wanted to catch a spark.
If you're traveling in the North Country Fair.
I say no one wants to hear what a kid wrote last month.
Well, I like your songs.
Where the winds hit heavy on the borderline.
Who wrote this? He did.
Remember me. How about that Joan Baez, folks?
Well, she's pretty. Sings pretty. Maybe a little too pretty. Your songs are like an oil painting at the dentist's office.
You're kind of an asshole, Bob.
If you go with Snowflake Storm, where the rivers freeze and summer ends.
For anyone who's gonna hold your attention on stage, you have to kind of be a freak. You can be beautiful or you can be ugly, but you can't be plain.
To keep her from the howling winds.
When's the new album out?
Soon. 200 people in that room, and each one wants me to be somebody else. They should just let me be.
Let you be what?
Whatever it is they don't want me to be.
I hear Bob is playing electric.
Not on our stage, he isn't.
Guys, it's Bob Dylan.
Once upon a time, you're just so fine.
They just want me singing Blowing in the Wind for the rest of my goddamn life.
Then you.
Well, this is gonna piss some people off.
People come.
You came here with nothing but a guitar. You never talk about your family, your past.
People make up their past, Sylvie. They remember what they want. They forget the rest.
I want to know which side he's on.
I'm not sure they want to hear, but I want to play, Johnny.
I want to hear it.
How does it feel?
Turn it down! Play it
How
loud!
does it feel
Make some noise, BD.
to have you on your own? Like a complete unknown. Like a rolling stone.
So that's the trailer for A Complete Unknown. I knew that this trailer was going to be big. I knew this movie was going to be good. I didn't think it was going to be that good. So when the first trailer came out, I was very excited about it. However, not everybody was, and that's understandable, right? That's very understandable because you never know. You never know what is going to happen, right? You never know what's going to happen with the first trailer. The first trailer could look awful. It could look great. It's Timothée Chalamet, though. It's Timothée freaking Chalamet. What do you want me to say? He's the greatest actor on the planet right now. He is probably the greatest actor working today, like consistently working, besides this guy right here, Leonardo DiCaprio. I think he's the greatest actor ever. Timothée Chalamet could overtake him for me. Every single film I've seen Timothée Chalamet in, he's amazing. He makes great films. I haven't seen a single bad film where he's been the lead. I've seen a bad film where he's been in it, but he was barely in it, and it was called Men, Women, and Children. That was one that was just... He was in a minute role. I think he was in that one, and he was a minute role in a Christmas film called Love the Coopers. Phenomenal film, by the way. If you haven't seen that film, watch Love the Coopers. It's a Christmas film. Fantastic cast. Massive stars now. But check it out. But there is that. Are you a Bob Dylan fan? Are you excited for this film? I know I am. I think it has some Oscar potential. I even said it as soon as I saw the first trailer. And we even we watched it. We watched it live. We reacted to it. I think it looks great. It has Oscar potential. I think that Timothée Chalamet is going to get an Oscar nomination for this film. It wouldn't surprise me. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Are you excited for A Complete Unknown? Are you a Bob Dylan fan? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. So we're going to go into the comments up next because I do have a few of them. Okay. I missed the Punk versus Drew match. I saw that match. It was good. It was just one where I had to get through it because I thought I was going to have an interview, and it just didn't follow through, unfortunately. It didn't follow through. I wanted it to. It just didn't work. He completely forgot about it because of the time zone. He got confused. He thought that I was 3 hours behind him instead of ahead of him. The rest of the show was solid. I missed the Punk and Drew match. It was very good. It looks like a formulaic, yep, a solid formulaic biopic. And Timothée Chalamet looks like he's giving a great performance, though. Yes, he does. He always gives a great performance. I think that this film has not shown its full potential yet. I think this has a best picture feel to it. With James Mangold, I mean, he's obviously done it before with, obviously, they said in the trailer, Ford v Ferrari and Walk the Line. Timothée Chalamet is going to win an award at some point, but I'm hoping it's probably not going to be for this, though. I don't think that this is a Oscar-winning role. I mean, he's better in Dune 2. He's better in Dune 2. I think he looks better in Wonka. Wonka, he was great in Wonka. I just think that this film is going to be up my alley because I'm a biopic guy, and Elvis worked for me. A lot of other films did, too. Michael says, film doesn't look up. Yep, that's going to be the thing. If you're not a Bob Dylan guy, it's not going to be for you either. If you're not a Bob Dylan fan, this won't speak to you. If you're not a fan of a musical biopic, it's not going to work for you, unfortunately. Next up, we're going to go into this. We have another trailer, and we're going to watch the trailer for Moana 2. So Moana 2 has a brand new first look trailer out. This is shocking because they just put out the second trailer. However, they want to get the marketing rolling on this, and because can you believe it comes out next month? Let's take a look at this. Ooh.
meant to be.
Moana!
Little sis!
Big sis! You were gone forever.
It was 3 days. But I found this.
It's an ancient island, cursed by a power-hungry god. Setting foot on its sands would break the curse, bring our people together again.
I know what I have to do.
What if you don't come back?
The ocean connects us. There is nowhere I could go that I won't be with you.
So you can take a piece from home.
I'm gonna need a crew.
Sweet! A farmer on the sea!
Yes! I'm going with Moana!
What's up, girlie?
Moe?
Can I get a chee-hoo?
What lies beyond? We'll face crazy monsters, angry gods, and cock-up.
Giant hawk! So serious.
Racing toward the eye.
A human could never break my curse. Now I kind of miss the lava monster. Let's do this!
If you try to reconnect the people, you will be destroyed.
This is bigger than the ancestors. Bigger than us. The entire ocean is counting on us. Be ready to switch it up. This is serious.
Is something distracting you?
So this can either go one of two ways. This can go extremely downward with the fact that this is looking like it could be an episodic style film, right? This could go one of two ways. You could either have this feel so formulaic and so episodic that it's starting to feel like it's missing parts. That's how it could go. However, I think this looks great. I think they just cut out the right parts. When they put this out on DVD or Blu-ray, I don't think you put out the deleted scenes because, hate to say it, this was supposed to be like a 6-episode series, 6-episode season of a TV show. I think this looks good. Why do I think this is going to be a massive hit? Well, because the first one was a massive hit, but it's also the most watched film on any streaming service all last year. It was the most watched movie out of everything on streaming. It was this. It was Moana. Massive hit. Monstrous fans. I think this looks great. What do you think? Are you excited for it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. We're going to go into the comments one more time. Yeah, I don't know if I've heard a Bob Dylan song. You might have. They don't play him a lot on radio. I think he I think he has a very particular sound, and I don't know if Bob Dylan's like a nowadays radio type of a guy, unfortunately. I need to check out the first Moana. Yes, you do, Zach. It's a phenomenal film. I mean, when you watch it, what can I say except you're welcome? Anyways. Sav says, Moana 2 looks interesting. It does. Like I said, I think it looks a little bit too episodic at times, but if they cut out the right parts, it's definitely going to be something, right? It's going to make money. Is it going to be good, though? I think it looks good, but we've seen awesome trailers to bad films before, so we'll just see what happens. Moana and Encanto, ultimate babysitting shows. Yeah, it's Moana, Encanto, and Frozen, I think, are the main three that everybody puts on a movie for. And probably Bluey. Bluey's the other one. SpongeBob as well. But, again, who doesn't love SpongeBob? I mean, I'm 25, and I still love SpongeBob. I'm tempted to get that new 300-episode box set that comes out soon for $60. Yeah. Anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And we're going to go into some brand new reviews because I got 3 reviews for you guys. And then brand new one that I'm starting off with is House of Spoils. So House of Spoils is the brand new Ariana DeBose film on Amazon Prime that came out this past Thursday. So let's take a look at this. An ambitious chef opens a restaurant on a remote estate where she battles kitchen chaos, crushing self-doubts, and a haunting presence who threatens to sabotage her every turn. So, I'm not going to go into full spoilers on this, but she opens a restaurant. She's your typical chef, right? She's your typical chef. She has everything at her disposal. Phenomenal cooking skills. She knows how to use her knife work. She's in this different area, and she finds this plant that gives it a specific flavor. And it turns out that in this brand new building that she's in, a witch once was there. A witch once lived there, and now she has to deal with her. So, along the way, she starts to figure out, why is everybody not enjoying the food? Why is everybody looking at the food differently? Well, it's because she can see it now, and it turns out there's bugs crawling everywhere. But when when they don't see it, she does. So it flip-flops. She's trying to encounter the witch and figure out what's going on, but also making her restaurant dreams come true as a professional, ambitious chef. This movie was fine. Ariana DeBose delivers a phenomenal performance, delivers a performance of a lifetime. I don't think she's as good as she was in West Side Story, but that had a better script. I think if this had a better script, this would have been probably one of the best horror films of the entire year. However, it doesn't focus on the horror. The horror is not addressed all that often. It's more concerned about trying to dual genre itself. It doesn't know how to have a genre balance. It's either a full-on drama about her cooking woes, or it's about this witch and her trying to figure out what's going on. So it kind of feels like a witch horror film, but it also feels like an episode of The Bear. It doesn't know what it wants to do. If you have a better tonal balance here, a better tonal balance would have helped this film immensely. Immensely. Now, with that being said, her performance is great, as is everybody else's, but the script is the issue here. The script is not all that well written. It's all over the place. It's a nice solid 96 minutes, but it starts to slow itself down about midway through and doesn't pick back up. The scares aren't all that thrilling. The effects are well done. The food does look delicious in the beginning, and it looks like a professional chef actually cooked it, which I'm pretty sure they might have, unless Ariana DeBose is a professional chef and we just don't know it. I think this film really should have been a lot better. If you focus on the horror, I think it would have worked a lot more. But since you don't have that tonal balance and it doesn't work as a whole, your performance doesn't save a movie, as we've seen in something like, say, Joker, or say maybe what's another great film that has a well, anyways, Ariana DeBose is the only rising thing in this film, the only good thing about it. Now, with that being said, the gore is well done. The scares are achieved at some points, but it's not effective enough to make me call it a good film. I'm going to wind up giving House of Spoils 2.5 out of 5 stars. Ariana DeBose gets 1. The makeup effects and the storyline are very intriguing. However, the execution does not work at all. What do you think about House of Spoils? Are you going to watch it? Are you a cooking fan? I mean, I'm a cooking fan. I love cooking films. I actually watch a horror-based cooking show every single week on Max. It airs on Food Network, and it's called Last Bite Hotel. Check it out. Sponsor me. No, there's no way that Max or Food Network would ever sponsor me. But anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think about House of Spoils? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Go into the comments one more time before we go into our next reviews. Did you say you are 25? Are you trying to make me feel old? You were born the same year The Matrix came out. Yes, I was. Am I trying to make you feel old? Well, unfortunately, I don't have a release rewind this week because it would have been a small one. I did a bigger one on Friday, and I'll make you feel old next week. I'll probably make you feel old this Friday because I will be tackling some films that are a bit older and talking about them. So I'll try and make you feel a little bit old. Zach Attack Reviews says, it sounds like a skip. You can definitely skip it. I mean, I'm glad we got an Ariana DeBose film. Execution, not very good, unfortunately. I wanted more. I really wanted more, and I just wish we got more. But that's just somehow, that's just how the film goes, I guess. I'm looking forward to seeing what other horror films we have coming out. We have a couple more that we'll be talking about in the What's Releasing This Week in Theaters and on Streaming segment. But next up, we're going to go into my review of 2 brand new Hallmark films. I've actually talked to a star of this next one. If you haven't checked out my interview with Barbara Niven, she is in the brand new film Hannah Swensen, A Sprinkle of Deceit, a Hannah Swensen movie. Try it one more time. A Sprinkle of Deceit, a Hannah Swensen Mysteries, the brand new Hallmark mystery film that premiered this past Friday on Hallmark Mystery. And I was very intrigued about this. I actually got to talk to Barbara Niven a little bit about this film, figure out some goings on about how she got the role. Check out that interview. I'll leave a link down below. Care for a slice? Hannah and Chad flirt with their own past to solve the same murder while working to clear a colleague who is implicated in the crime. Meanwhile, Dolores gets her big break in acting in a commercial and on stage. And Dolores is played by Barbara Niven. So this film delivers exactly what you want in a Hannah Swensen mystery. It delivers the charming aspect of the cozy mystery while flirting between our 2 cast members in Allison Sweeney and Victor Webster that we've seen them before in the Wedding Veil series, but now they're starting to delve into their romance relationship in this series. I think this works. This is not as good as the past couple mysteries, but this is definitely a step in the right direction for the Hallmark mystery films. The past few, before we got to, say, the Nellie Knows Mysteries and the Case of Mystery Lane 2, all of them were just very mediocre. Now, this movie puts it on the right track. Dolores is great. She is all out in this. She is completely giving her all. Barbara Niven gives her all in this. She is funny. She is outgoing. She's ambitious. Allison Sweeney, Hannah Swensen, she never disappoints. I'm very happy with this. The mystery does take a bit of a sidetrack, though, because in this script, I'm glad they gave Dolores more something to do, but her scenes feel a bit too out of place in this type of a film. I think if you put this in a pure comedy or a romance film, this could have worked better, but in a serious murder mystery where they do have bits of comedy, it didn't feel like it was needed for this. I think you could have used her in a different way, but then again, I didn't write the script. I enjoyed this film. I just think that there wasn't a nice shift in the tonal balance in this, where there's a cop scene, a very serious investigation scene, and then all of a sudden she is winking in bed, dying on stage. I thought that was just a bit too, not enough of a shift, but it's Hallmark. What am I going to expect, right? What do I expect? I enjoyed this film. Don't get me wrong, I did. But I wanted a little bit more of a tonal shift that worked for me as a whole. I enjoyed it. I wanted more, but Victor Webster and Allison Sweeney are developing a very nice on-screen chemistry. We've seen it in the Wedding Veils. They know how to have that. It's just, does the script do it justice? They are building this very, very well. They have a nice romantic relationship, and I enjoyed that. Let me know what you thought of the brand new Hannah Swensen mystery, and I'm going to give A Sprinkle of Deceit, a Hannah Swensen mystery, 3.5 out of 5 stars. I could go with the 4, but I'm going with a 3.5. I can see myself rewatching this one down the line. It's definitely a step up from the last one. I did enjoy this one more than the last one, but let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think about it? Are you going to check it out? Let me know your thoughts. Go into the comments one more time, and okay, make me feel well on Friday. Okay. Are you raising me a challenge? Are you raising me a challenge? I'll make you feel old. I'll make you feel old. Anyways, I still don't think I've seen a Hallmark movie. They air them in the UK. It's just they might air them on like BBC4 maybe. I'm not sure. I wish I could help you. I really wish I could. I just don't know. I mean, I wish I could help you find a Hallmark movie in the UK. I'll try, but definitely not in my forte of knowing that stuff. But the last review, before we go into the Netflix Top 10, Ticket Tracker, and a lot more, we're going to take a look at the brand new Hallmark fall film called Autumn at Apple Hill. So Autumn at Apple Hill is the brand new film starring Erin Cahill and Wes Brown. Premiered this past Saturday on the Hallmark Channel. Newly divorced Elise, played by Erin Cahill, is renovating an inn that she inherited from her grandparents. When Luke, C-O-F... Let's try it one more time. When Luke, CFO of a major hotel chain, arrives in town, she does her best to scare him off. But Luke might just be the best person to help restore the inn at Apple Hill to its former glory. This movie delivers. It delivers on a sweet fall story, a nice romantic story. Not as good as our last couple, not as good as The Real West or Falling Together, but definitely a very nice film. Wes Brown and Erin Cahill have a nice, sweet romantic chemistry. It has the fall feeling to it. Fall leaves, the changing colors, pumpkins everywhere. It just feels like it's cold yet warm. It just feels perfect. It's a very charming film, and it feels like a perfect fall film. If you want something to watch when you're about to go and have a cold pumpkin spice coffee, and you're about to go and rake some leaves and you need a break afterwards, go watch this film. It's not a Halloween film, but it's definitely a nice bit of a change. They did a nice job of the breakup at the end, the problem. They did a nice job with that. It didn't feel forced. It didn't feel over the top like some of the Hallmark films do. I enjoyed this immensely. I wanted more. However, you can't get everything you want in these films. This movie could have used a little bit more of a romantic edge to it. There's a couple nice kisses in this film, but I enjoyed this. I wanted a little bit more with the romance, develop them a little bit better, but what we got is good enough for me to give this a very solid score. Now, with that being said, is this the best fall film? We will have to see, because we got one more fall film coming out before we get into the Christmas films. And I got one question to ask you guys at the end of this stream. So once we get into the end of the stream, whoever is still here, stick around, because I want to ask you a question. Actually, two questions. But we have Haunted Wedding coming up this weekend, along with Curious Caterer, another Curious Caterer film. Hopefully getting a interview soon from one of the stars, I'm hoping. But I'm going to end up giving Autumn at Apple Hill 3.5 out of 5 stars. I really did enjoy this one. My co-host Kirsten loved this film a lot more than I did. I liked it a lot, and I can see myself rewatching this many, many more times. 3 very, very solid films in a row. I'm very excited to see what Haunted Wedding has. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Are you excited to check this film out? Is this review going to help you want to see this film? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and let me know your thoughts about Autumn and Apple Hill. Let me know your thoughts. So we're going to go into the comments one more time. And yes. How do you know about BBC 4? Well, see, I'm a fan of a show, I believe it airs on BBC One, called Mrs. Brown's Boys. I've only seen the first season, but I've seen multiple clips, and I believe that's where that airs. And I signed up for BritBox to watch the BAFTAs this past year, and I was very intrigued. I was very, very intrigued about what was on there, and it actually had a section, I believe, if I am remembering right, there was a section of like a live stream of BBC this and BBC that, but yeah. I do like a Christmas film, so check that out. I will be asking you guys about some Christmas films here very, very shortly. I love Mrs. Brown's Boys. Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. It is awesome. It is funny. It's foul. It is just wow. I mean, you can't air that series over here in the U.S. on a regular TV channel. We are very secluded with our language over here in the States on TV. Now, you can't say shit and you can't say the F word. There's very few things here that you can't say on TV. On a big channel like Fox, NBC, ABC, CBS. There's very few things you can't say, but I'm looking forward to seeing what you think. So next up, we're going to go into the regular topics, and I don't have a release rewind, but I do have this. We're going to go into Ticket Tracker. So Ticket Tracker is where I look at what happened at the box office this past weekend, but we're going to take a look at something first. So let's take a look at what happened last weekend. So last weekend, we had The Wild Robot open at $35 million, $53.1 million worldwide. So take a look at that and look at what's changed. This is this week's. Joker Folie, Deux. We already spoke about this at the top of the show. $37.6 million, $114.9 million worldwide. The Wild Robot earned another $18 million, rounding its total out to $102 million so far worldwide. Another $10 million raked in by Beetlejuice, bringing its total to $403 million. Transformers 1, 5.3, another $5.3 million. By the end of this weekend, it'll be over the $100 million mark. That doesn't mean it's going to be a box office hit. It doesn't. But it's going to get over the $100 million mark. And Speak No Evil is going above everybody's expectations at earning another $2.7 million. Rounding its total out to $67.6 million. So let's take a look at that. Let's try it one more time. So there's a quick look at Ticket Tracker, and we're going to go into the comments one more time. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think is going to happen this weekend? Because we only have Terrifier. We have Terrifier 3 and Saturday Night opening this week. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and let me know your thoughts. What do you think is going to happen at the box office? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I'm going to the comments one more time. Do you have a multi-region Blu-ray/DVD player? I do not, but I will be buying one. There's a few things over in the UK I want to buy, but I don't know how shipping is going to do. I don't have a multi-region player yet. I'm going to buy one once we get to tax season over here in the February to March timeframe, but I don't have a multi-region player yet. So next up, we're going to go into one of my favorite segments every single week. We're going to take a look at what is in the Netflix Top 10. So let's take a look at this. This is very intriguing because it changes every single week. Almost every single day it changes. So what is in the Netflix Top 10? Well, the Netflix Top 10 looks like this. Number one is, let me bring it up here. Number one is the Menendez Brothers, the documentary on the Menendez Brothers. 2 is Sing. 3, The Platform 2. 4, Two Guns. 5, It's What's Inside. 6, Trouble. 7, The Mechanic. 8, The Garfield Movie. 9, Robin Hood. And 10, Escape Plan. So, what happened here? Right? So, is there anything here that you guys have seen? Have you seen Sing? Have you seen Two Guns? Or are you a true crime fan? Are you going to watch the Menendez Brothers? If I'm being honest with you, I'm not a fan of the true crime stuff because those things creep me out knowing that it actually happened. They go into great and very strong detail about what happened, and I'm not a fan of that type of stuff. But if you're a fan of that, that's awesome. Next up, we're going to go into the TV shows. What is in the Netflix Top 10 in TV shows? Well, they look like this. Number 1, Nobody Wants This is still at number 1. Number 2, the new season of Love is Blind. 3, Monsters, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story. Brand new season of Unsolved Mysteries at number 4. Number 5 is The Amazing Digital Circus. I'm not sure what that is. Number 6, The Great British Baking Show. Number 7, The Perfect Couple. Number 8, Yellow Jackets. Number 9, SWAT. And number 10, Mr. McMahon. So there's a look at what's happening in the Netflix Top 10. Is there anything on the Netflix Top 10 or that you saw on there that you want me to review? Because I'll be happy to literally review anything. But there is that. And finally, we're going to go into the comments before we go into what's releasing this week in theaters and on streaming. I have seen Sing and Two Guns. I have not seen either of those films yet, man. I know I haven't seen them yet. But if they get requested to be reviewed, I will definitely review them. I will definitely review them if they get requested. So, next up, we're going to take a look at this. What's releasing this week in theaters and on streaming? There's quite a bit coming out, actually. So let's take a look at this. This is coming from releases.com. And releases.com says this. So this week we have Terrifier 3 coming to theaters, along with a few things coming to Blu-ray. But on VOD, we have The Silent Hour. We have Uprising on Netflix. Cato Lake on Max. Depravity on Vudu. On Vudu. On VOD. On VOD also Tuesday. But also, that will be on Max the same day. And Lonely Planet is coming to Netflix on Friday as well. So, I will say this. On Friday, I plan on doing my reviews of a few films. And I'll get into those in just a minute. But going a bit further, we have Mr. Crockett releasing on Hulu. I'll have my review for that one hopefully on Friday. We'll see. But hopefully. Hopefully. Going down here just a little bit more. That looks to be about it. If you have a limited theater around you, if you have a theater that does all of the Fathom events, they will have Average Joe, a new faith film, a new faith-based Christian film. Going down here just a little bit more, and that looks to be about it. That looks to be about it. So, there's that, everybody. There's a look at what's coming out in theaters and on streaming, but I want to ask you guys this question. What are you excited for? What are you excited for? Coming out in theaters this week, in theaters and on streaming. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. So, next up, I want to ask you this question. Are there any horror movies that you want me to review? Are there any horror movies at all that you would like me to review? I do have a couple films that I have rented, and that I will be renting very, very soon. So, I will show you everything that I have rented so far, and I've only rented 2 films. But I want to know what you guys want me to review. So right now I have, where are my rentals? Here we go. I'm trying to go to Amazon and show you guys my rentals. Here we go. So as you can see, once I pull it up here, is there anything that you want me to review? These are 2 films I have an interest in watching. What is something that you want me to review? What are some horror movies that you want me to review? So far I have rented The Blair Witch Project and Frailty. I have rented those 2. They were cheap. I wanted to see them. Are there any other horror movies that you want me to review? Do you want me to review Devil? Or do you want me to review this? My brand new copy of The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Actually, I will probably be reviewing this anyways. I've never seen this film. But is there a horror movie? A single horror movie that you would like me to review? I don't want to do any series because I just like to stick with certain things. But is there a certain horror movie that you want me to review? And also, for Christmas films, are there any Christmas films that you would like me to review coming up that I can pre-record early and release them throughout the month of December? Are there any Christmas films that you want me to review? Request them down below and I'll pick some to review. Same with horror movies. Request them in the comments down below and I will gladly review them. But that's that, everybody. Oh, we do have one comment. Sav says the Evil Dead movies. I will definitely look into the Evil Dead movies. I don't think they're my thing, but if you want me to review a certain one, I will. I have seen Evil Dead Rise. I've seen Evil Dead Rise. I have not seen the first Evil Dead 2, or Army of Darkness. I haven't seen any of those. or the 2013 remake. So which one of those would you want me to review the most? Sev also says he wants me to review It's a Wonderful Life. Done. I will definitely talk about It's a Wonderful Life. I will talk about that on here as well as on my Hallmark podcast because I know we're going to have a great time discussing that, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait to talk about Christmas films and horror films with you guys. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you want me to review? And I cannot wait to see all of you guys next time. So as always, guys, like and subscribe if you're new. Stay tuned because I have a brand new interview coming very, very soon. Hopefully 2 new interviews coming very, very soon. And as always, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.
So where did you go when the fire is low?